Hello everyone, my name is Austin and today I've got a guide for you to help you out on your Galactic Conquest adventure. I truly believe Galactic Conquest is one of the better modes that you can play on this game, and it's been truly exciting to see so many new players that are playing this category. Whether you're new to speedrunning and are looking for a legitimate guide, or a seasoned veteran who wants to take a crack and hasn't played in a while, I hope this guide is helpful. In this video, we will be taking a look at the Rebels Galactic Conquest. Here is something important to know before we get started regarding the game. Capturing CPs is a necessity. If you have a majority of command posts in the battle, the enemy's reinforcement ticker will slowly bleed. However, this does not mean that the more you capture, the faster it bleeds. All you need is the majority. So if there's 6 CPs on a map, you need 4. 5 CPs on a map, you need 3, so on and so forth. Now, for the Galactic Conquest portion. I go through each map by itself, including space, telling you my thought process and what has worked for me. I include both the base gameplay as a soldier, and I include the hero in most worlds. A couple of things to keep in mind throughout this video. I believe that hero is the way to go for most, if not all of these bonuses if you can afford them. If you cannot afford hero, I like to go with the auto turret bonus when you are a ground soldier so you can have some defenses while you try and capture command post. As we start, I would like for everyone to keep in mind that this is not the be-all end-all guide for Galactic Conquest. This is solely for your use to get started or to help brainstorm other ideas. All of these ways have helped me beat the speedrun pretty quickly. However, this is 100% not the only way to do things. If you get any ideas or find things that work better, great. Again, this is only for those starting out or for those who want help getting their ideas brainstormed. Furthermore, all of these runs were recorded in instant action, as some maps you solely have to rely on a defense to actually attack on. And it was much easier going through instant action instead of actual Galactic Conquest. I replicated the AI number and how heroes work to the best of my ability. Without further ado, let us begin. Important thing to note, the 3 worlds that you can spawn on with your ship is Hoth, Dagobah, and Yavin. And the 3 worlds that the Empire can spawn on are Endor, Coruscant, and Mustafar. I hope this can help in maybe kind of brainstorming what routes you want to take if once you load in and you can see what route you want to take as you go through the Galactic Conquest. Alright, time to start off with Coruscant. Coruscant is 100% one of the easier maps for both base troop and especially for hero. As we begin with the base troop, I prefer going with the safe strat of going right off a spawn and rushing up to the Jedi Council room, which is Command Post 4. While doing this, you should take out any enemies that you can coming from Command Post 3. After you capture Command Post 4, try your best to fight off the Horde heading to the Empire spawn point, which is Command Post 3. By this time, they should have captured the library. I will say that Coruscant is one of the maps you absolutely need the hero on, or else you will fight until all reinforcements are drained from the enemy unless you pull off a miracle. With Luke Skywalker as your hero, instead of going to Command Post 4 like you would with a foot soldier, you rush the Empire spawn at Command Post 3 while using your dash attack to kill anyone that you can. If you are fast enough, you will distract any Empire troops that are going to the library, as they will want to target you, which allows for your AI teammates to capture the library. Sometimes you can get unlucky and still have to go capture the library, but you will have an easier time with Luke. Time for Dagobah. Dagobah is pretty rough for the rebels, and most of the time you will have to win off of reinforcement depletion instead of CP captures, but you can get lucky. Here's what I do, but Dagobah is such an open map that honestly I think you could probably come up with something better, but this is what I do and it tends to have some success. So, what I would do is as a base troop or as Yoda, I would rush Command Post 6. I half captured the command post. You might be thinking, why don't you fully capture the command post? Because it will be fully capped due to it being neutral to start. In my times of playing this map, I found out that half capping it and then dash attacking or shooting the Empire, you push them back while your allies fully cap 6. This will allow you to be on the offensive for most of the battle. Afterwards, you rush Command Post 5, but please watch out for the mines if there are assault troopers on the opposite side. Once you capture Command Post 5, fight for your life at Command Post 4. I like to be bold and try and capture it with both Yoda and the base troop, but I would not blame you if you just fought there for the reinforcement depletion. But I will say that if you do use Yoda, I would highly suggest trying to cap while dash attacking. Alright, Endor time. Endor is relatively easy, but can also be super stressful at any point when you load into the map. Whether you take Han Solo or a Rebel soldier, it will be the same route. You will spawn at Command Post 6 and take a speeder bike through the forest and go to Command Post 2. Please watch out for the AT-STs because they will ruin your day. Once you take out any Empire soldiers and neutralize Command Post 2, get back on your speeder bike and rush the shield bunker at Command Post 1. Once you capture that, the Rebels should have captured Command Post 3 for you. You might have to go back to Command Post 2 and fully capture it, but sometimes the Rebels will have made enough progress to finish the capture for you. Just be wary of any stragglers that will cause a quick neutral for the Empire. Felucia is, quite honestly, one of the worst maps of all time for the Conquest mode in this game, and is not made any easier by the Rebels. Sometimes, when you play this map, the Rebels' side is heavily weighted and they dominate the map. The other times, it flips and it's the Empire's map. I don't know what causes it, but that's just how it was developed. Because personally, I don't like Chewbacca in a Conquest-style game mode, I prefer using base soldier and having auto turrets to help my defense. What I do is I spawn at CP3 and rush Command Post 2. As soon as I neutral it, I rush towards Command Post 1, praying that my teammates are also capturing Command Post 6 while also defending Command Post 4 and Command Post 3. Newsflash for all you runners, those prayers are usually left unheard because the game absolutely hates your guts. If you get super lucky, Command Post domination will lead to an easy win as Rebels. Definitely do not expect this though, as you will have to run around the map over and over and over and over and over again. Alright, now it's time for Hoth. This one I didn't decide if I should include this or not. And it's genuinely totally up to you if you either want to quit on the first attack from the Empire so you don't have to continually defend it, or if you want to keep defending it, as the defense is really easy. It only takes about a minute and a half both times. If you choose to defend, you will spawn at Command Post 4, which is the Hoth base, and take a snow speeder to Command Post 2. You capture that, then take the snow speeder you took and take it to Command Post 1 and capture that to get the victory timer. I would not suggest Luke Skywalker here at all, as the snow speeder is way faster, so you can save those credits. But again, if you start to get the vibe that the Empire will continue to attack Hoth, then I would suggest forfeiting it so you don't have to defend it multiple times. But again, it is about a minute and a half defense, so it's not too terribly bad. Alright, Kashyyyk time. One of the easier maps for Conquest on both sides of the map, and it heavily tilts in the favor of the human player, which is you. For the Rebels, I highly recommend the Base Trooper and No Hero, as it will also help you save credits. You will spawn in Command Post 3 and take a speeder bike to Command Post 2, but be careful of missiles and other mines. After you fight for your life at Command Post 2, capture it while taking out any Imperials that are coming over from CP1. Once you clear those Imperials out, take your bike to Command Post 1 and capture that while keeping an eye on Command Post 2. Most of the time, the Rebels will follow and help reinforce Command Post 2, but don't 100% guarantee it. Once the victory timer comes up, just take a peek at Command Post 3 with your scope. Sometimes the Empire can make it there and will neutral it, so just make sure you're not falling asleep at any point. Easy map. Alright, Mos Eisley time. This is pretty similar for both routes, but I would stick with Hero and go Han Solo. For both Base Trooper and Han, start at the Cantina, which is Command Post 4, and rush Command Post 3. While you head there, take out any stragglers to stop them from taking over the Cantina, which the Empire can and very much will do. Neutralize 3 and capture it a bit, then rush the Housing Command Post 2. After you capture Command Post 2, make sure none of your initial CPs, mainly just the Cantina Command Post 4 and the Shops Command Post 6. Just make sure they're not being taken. If not, then you can head over to Command Post 1 for the final stand and capture that command post. Sometimes the Empire will cap Command Post 6, but there's really not much you can do about it with this route. But if they do capture it, they tend to corner themselves in, so you can take it back pretty easily and not worry about them retaking any other command post. Mustafar time. This is a super fun route created by Circles308. What a legend. It is hard to show it off in instant action, but in Galactic Conquest it will be way easier, as long as you have not bought the Engineer class. What I would do is spawn as Obi-Wan, spawn at CP5, and destroy the bridge console as shown in the video. What this will do is funnel the Empire from Command Post 0 to Command Post 4 and 3. After you destroy the console, rush Command Post 4, fight all the Imperials there, and neutralize it. Once you do this, you jump down to CP3, fight for your life there, and neutralize that CP. After that, it is all about easy reinforcement depletion. The Empire will only spawn at CP0, which is a tight and narrow bridge, and you can spam Saber Throw for easy work. If you do not have Hero, I would suggest taking a different route. I would still spawn at CP5, but instead of destroying the console, you rush CP0. It shouldn't be too difficult. Once you neutralize Command Post 0, rush Command Post 4 and capture it. You will still end with reinforcement depletion, as 32 Imperial soldiers at the bottom platform where Command Post 3 is way too much for you, but you can spam grenades in your pistol and get quick kills, guaranteeing an easy win. Alright, it is Mygeeto time. This level is contentious and high energy for both base soldier and hero. You will take the exact same route for both. You will spawn at Command Post 2 as either soldier or Luke and rush Command Post 4. If you are soldier, I would just go straight for the CP and get some cover in that little tower and take out the Empire that way. But if you are Luke, I would do some dash attacks at the Empire before capturing CP4. This is where the route becomes different. If you are base soldier, you can try and be bold and rush Command Post 5, but I found that to have little success. Because of that, you will just have to hold them on the bridge and do reinforcement depletion. On the flip side, if you are Luke, you will not fully capture Command Post 4, but instead cap it at 99%. Afterwards, you can rush Command Post 5, dash attacking and saber throwing the enemy on the bridge to stop them from advancing. Once you reach Command Post 5, try and get the attention of the soldiers by spamming saber throw. Once you neutralize the CP, double check the map to make sure the Empire are not capturing either CP2, 3, or 4. If they are, rush each command post and stop the enemy. If not, then fully capture CP5 and hope your teammates have cleared the rest so there are no problems. Alright, Naboo time, and I'm just being honest, this is a really rough map for the Rebels, because I personally only go base soldier, and that's what I would recommend unless you really enjoy playing as Princess Leia. I do not. So because of that, I usually just go soldier and auto turrets for the defense and try and pull out the same strat that you do as the Republic, which if you haven't watched that video, that link will be in the description as long as the other factions as well. What I would do, I would rush Command Post 6, get into the IFT that is there and drive it to the water. It will help you immensely. It will be a tough time frame to get there because as a base soldier you do not have the same speed as a hero, so the Empire might get into that IFT and that plan is gone. You can also choose to rush either Command Post 5 or Command Post 1 first. I have found the same success but also the same failures as doing any of those Command Post rushes, so in general Naboo just sucks when fighting against the Rebels. As long as you get a majority of the command posts and go for reinforcement depletion, you should be fine. Alright, Polis Massa time, and guess what? We are going to zoom. For both Soldier and Hero, which yes is also Princess Leia, but I showcase her on this map because Polis isn't much of a struggle like Naboo is. So whether you spawn as Princess Leia or a base soldier, you're going to spawn at Command Post 6 and rush to the hangar where a tank is. You will then take that tank to the opposite side of the map outside towards CP1. Once you capture Command Post 1, you can rush Command Post 2. By this point, this will be the only command post that the Empire has, so please be wary of a huge fight. If your teammates do well, they should be joining you. If not, then you will fight this alone. This is the one point where I prefer base soldier just because Princess Leia's pistol is not good. So if you do choose Leia, please be wary of overheating your pistol. Alright, Utapau time. This is a really fun one. It's almost similar routes, but with a slight tweak. If you're a base soldier, spawn at Command Post 1 and take the lower route and capture Command Post 4, while shooting any Imperials that head to Command Post 5. If you do this correctly, Empire will focus on you instead of capturing Command Post 5, allowing your teammates to catch up. Afterwards, take Command Post 6 and fend off any enemies, as Utapau tends to be a trouble spot for fighting and getting lit up pretty bad. If you go with Han Solo, instead of going to Command Post 4, I would immediately rush Command Post 6, their main and only spawn. Shoot at the enemies going to CP5 so that you can get the Empire's attention, because then they will want to attack you instead of capturing any other command post. Han should survive with a good pistol and with jetpacks, so he should neutralize Command Post 6, and if all goes well, you can just take out any enemies to stop them from capping, and then cap all the command posts yourself with the help of your teammates. Alright, Yavin 4, this is a rough one all around, especially for Rebels. I don't like playing as Chewbacca in a Conquest mode, so I go with Base Soldier and Auto Turrets, and it'll really come down to reinforcement depletion. This is a map that is really important for you to get majority CPs. So you will spawn at Command Post 5, which is the reflecting pool, and rush the Viaduct at Command Post 3. Once you capture Command Post 3, rush Command Post 4 and capture it. By this point, there will be a lot of enemies coming out for Command Post 2, but you can handle it. After you capture Command Post 4, rush down to the pool and capture Command Post 2. At this point, the only enemies will be coming from the bridge at Command Post 1. This will include a lot of ifs. This is where the fight really takes shape and where the reinforcement depletion happens the most. Be careful though, the Empire likes to take back the Viaduct by sneaking behind you, so just keep an eye on that. Even if you do lose it, you should still have a majority of command posts and depletion will still happen. Don't try and win on full command post completion, to be honest, because CP1 is a long CP that takes double the time. Alright, time for the space maps. Once again, a shout out to Jotase JC, who helped film all these maps and showcase all the clips and everything that you can do. I will leave the link to his YouTube and his speedruns in the description below. Please show him some support. Could not have done this without him. First is the Space Hoth layout. This is the layout in which the main ships are facing each other and there are 2 frigates, one on either side. The super safe way is taking an LAAT, shooting at the engines and the life support, and landing in the Empire hangar to destroy the internals for double points. You then fight all the troops to continue to get points. A risky strat is by clipping into the Star Destroyer, which is the easiest clip of all the ship clips. There is a section of the Star Destroyer in which you can just clip in relatively easy. You take a Y-wing, clip into there, shoot the engines and life support, and then do bombing runs on the hangar. Finally, the riskiest strat is to take a Y-wing and do an LAAT style clip that is time sensitive. What you do is you wait for the landing craft to leave, and then you fly in place where landing crafts will spawn, and once it spawns, you get pushed into the hangar. I do not recommend this simply because there is a way easier way to clip in, so I might as well just do that. Alright, next is the Space Tatooine layout. This is a layout with also 2 frigates and the ships being parallel to each other. The safe strat is taking an LAAT, shooting engines and life support, and landing in Empire hangar to destroy internals for double points and then taking on troops. The risky strat that you can do is by ship clipping again. Same style, you clip into the ship with a Y-wing, but you will be pretty successful. Same style as Space Hoth layout. And then once again, the riskiest way is doing the LAAT style clip like you do in Republic and Rebel, using the landing craft spawn. Very time constraint. It is very time constricting, so you have to be right on time to clip. Once again, I do not suggest this way since there's an easier way to clip, but I figured it would be useful for you to have this information, and because JC thought so as well. Alright, finally, this map layout is of Space Yavin, is where the Rebel ship is lower than the Empire ship, and there's only 1 frigate for both sides. Honestly, the safe strat for this one I did not record because it's really easy. You just take a Y-wing, you land in the hangar, do the internals like always, and blow it up. But honestly, with how Space Yavin and the AI reacts, I would not even do the safe strat. I would do the risky strat of clipping in with the Y-wing, and once you clip, shoot at the engine, shoot at the life support, and destroy the internals that way with the Y-wing. With the way that the AI behave, they all hang out in the hangar, so it's just really easy for you to do some bombing runs on the hangar, get a ton of points really quickly. But yeah, that's all I would suggest, is fly towards the ship clip area, clip in, shoot the engines and life support so you can get double points, and then just do bombing runs on the hangar for troop points. This will do it for the Rebels Galactic Conquest Guide. Once again, I want to remind you that this is not the end-all be-all guide. If you have any other ideas or prefer something else, please do it. This is just a baseline guide for any new runners and for experienced runners who haven't taken a crack at Galactic Conquest or Conquest in general, to kind of help them if they want to help brainstorm ideas as well. But yeah, I hope this guide really helps. Once again, thank you to everyone who helped create this video, especially to JC with the ship clipping stuff. I really appreciate it. Could not have done this without him. But yeah, that'll do it for me. If you haven't already, check out the other 3 factions, the Republic, the CIS, and the Empire guides. I will link them in the description. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.